So it has been well over 90 days since I last posted a video on here, which is, yeah, not great. So I thought, let's just do a quick update and fill everyone in on the gap that has been. So firstly, very, very quickly, I have made another new channel specifically for the endurance rides and kind of those longer ride videos, because I was kind of getting to a stage of not knowing what to do with them on this channel. I appreciate it's quite repetitive, maybe a little bit boring, but that there is people that just want to watch, you know, a POV horse ride sort of thing. So that is all on another channel, and yeah, it's very much unedited, no music, nothing like that, just the ride to in its entirety. Obviously there are cuts where, you know, maybe we've been chatting or have stopped to let someone pass or something like that, so like it's not completely unedited, but it is where it can be, if that makes sense. So they're long videos in hopefully lots of nice places. If you want to have a look and see what those places look like, that's a good place to go. So I will leave that link in the description, and yeah, if you fancy having a look at that, go and have a look. So that means that basically the endurance ride videos for the most part will not be on here anymore. I will still probably do vloggy stuff, but I will only put a very short bit that are relevant of the ride, because yeah, I know it's getting repetitive and boring, and that's all we're kind of doing at the moment, so I don't want those videos to become really samey. Now for this channel, I really want to bring back the training videos. During COVID, I started making training videos because I wasn't allowed to teach, as a lot of instructors weren't. Our insurance wouldn't cover us going out and teaching, so I started making training videos, and to this day they are still my most watched videos on this channel, like especially the long reining series, which I think only did 3 videos. They were really popular and I really enjoyed making them, and I kind of want to start that back up again. So that is my plan for the spring, once the weather's dried up a little bit better. Obviously we don't have an arena, although I can obviously hire places, but for the most part, obviously I want to do it at home, so we need to wait a little bit. But I want to remake the long reining series, do it in the way that I do videos now. See, that was all voiceovered rather than, you know, real time talking to camera sort of thing. So I want to remake those, but any other suggestions of topics that you want to cover, all the sort of groundwork, obviously ridden stuff as well, because if you want to see certain things of that, just let me know and I will try and make it happen. So yeah, that's kind of how I want to go forward with the channel. I also want to restart the hacking series that I started. Again, I think I only managed 1 video, but essentially going to, at the moment, more local woodlands or places. Actually, I think I did do 2, because I did the hacking track in Bristol as well. But yeah, I want to go to these places and kind of give you almost a review of, you know, the parking, how easy it is to get there, the type of terrain it is, and maybe a couple of ideas for routes and stuff, because from my point of view, I know that's really helpful. Like, I like to know, what does the parking look like? Like, is it big enough to fit a 3.5 ton, a truck and trailer, a 7.5 ton truck? Like, have you got enough room to turn? What's the ground like? Is it really stony? Is it soft? Do I need boots? Don't I need, like, all those sorts of questions. I want to restart making those videos and answering those, basically. So again, any suggestions of places? I have done Feather Woods, and like I said, I did the hacking track in Bristol. The other ones on the card would be Wentwood, obviously Caerphilly Woods, Mountain, that would be one I'd like to do. And obviously I'm happy to go further afield, like Cirencester. You can hire the park to ride around, like that would be a good one to do. Some of the beaches like Kenfig, Ogmore, any place like that you'd like that sort of video that isn't just a let's go to the woods or let's go to the beach. It is a review of those things. Then again, let me know. I think that's it for the channel. That's how I'm hoping to take it this year. I'm hoping to be able to get some new camera equipment soon, so the quality will be hopefully a bit better. This is on my phone currently, which is okay, but for doing the training videos and stuff, I want to just step it up a level and have some nice quality stuff. So moving forward, horses update. So at the moment, Dusty and Beanie are the only 2 that are in work. They went to the Maryland local fun ride 2-3 weeks ago now. Both fitter than I thought, actually. We only did the shorter loop, but you know, they were quite happy to keep going. So that bodes well, because the plan is to take those 2 to Pembrey at the end of April and do the 20k novice foundation graded. Hopefully that's the plan. I have someone who is riding for me at the moment, predominantly Beanie, but she has ridden Dusty as well, and hopefully there'll be some riding of the others in between that as well. So Gabby and Sunny I'm slowly starting to bring back into work. I'm just trying to walk them out in hand when I get a chance, and when the ground dries up, I will start doing some lunging and maybe some long lining and stuff like that, and bringing them back into work, because I would really like to do some more with them this year, whether that's endurance rides, like Gabby has done a few. Sunny, it's probably not his forte so much, but who knows, things may have changed. But yeah, I'm not so fussed on competing from the dressage point of view anymore. Like, it would be a bonus if we do get out and do some competitions, but I would still like to pick their training back up in a ways if we were competing, but for them, if that makes sense. So obviously still trying to work our way through the levels, but at a pace / doing exercises that are beneficial for them rather than to just go and do a test, if that makes sense. I mean, I try and do that with all the horses anyway. From the schooling point of view, I'm not really bothered on, you know, I've got to go and do this test on the weekend, so I need to be able to do these things. It's what do the horses need to be able to do for them to feel better, more supple, more flexible, more balanced, blah, blah, blah. So that's the plan for those two. Charlie, I don't know, to be honest. He has done a little bit since our hacking issue. So for those that don't know, very briefly, we had a lovely hack into the woods, him and Georgia. He had a bit of a wobble, spooked himself, managed to dump me and ran, I think, like 4 kilometres home on his own. So he's done a little bit since then, but it kind of reiterated to me he's not great to hack at home. We did do a video not long after that, which again is quite a popular one, of building confidence with him, which I'll leave a link to, because it's still a good video, but the problem I had is I didn't have the time to be consistent with him doing that. He was getting better, and then other things took over and he had to take a back seat, and he's not a pony to be hacking at home that you can do that with. He needs that consistency. In the arena, fine, never really had a problem with him, to be honest. He can be a little bit spooky, but he's not a problem. Out at other places, whether that's hacking away from home or schooling away from home, angel. Like, literally good as gold. So it may be that I just school him a little bit at home, and then if we want to hack out, I might box him up down the road and we do that and see how we go. But that's not set in stone. I don't know. I've got lots of other nice horses that I can ride that aren't, I don't want to say dangerous, but they have the potential to be dangerous, not because he's nasty, not because of anything like that, but he's just very sensitive. He can be very spooky and can go into panic mode. So that's why he's kind of had a back seat, but yes, it would be nice to bring him back into work. Triple is off work at the moment. He's having a little bit of a holiday. Obviously he did 3 or 4 rides last year, which were his first ones, all going reasonably well until the last one, and he just had a bit of a wobble, well, quite a big wobble actually, nearly reared up into a barbed wire fence, which right at the start of the ride was not great. But he just dropped a little bit of weight over the winter. Obviously we've had, you know, the last 9 months of really extreme weather, really, really hot, no grass, had to graze our winter grazing early, then had no grass over the winter, hay shortage, etc, etc. So out of everyone, he is more of the finer type anyway. Obviously the rest are kind of all native-y types, apart from Naz. So he's just dropped a little bit of weight, so I don't want to be putting work on top of him with that while he's kind of needing to put on a bit of condition, basically. So he's having this time to have a holiday. He does better on grass, so I'm hoping now as it starts to get warmer, he will pick up a little bit, and then he can come back into work, and hopefully, now that I've got someone to ride mine with, he will be more confident and more happy, and we won't have a repeat of what happened at Cranham. So that's the plan for him. Again, dressage, if it pops up, yeah, great. Maybe a little bit of jumping. I've not done that with him. That would be nice, but not a necessity. Then Georgia, poor Georgia. She is too small for me. Although she's the same height as Dusty, possibly even a teeny tiny bit bigger, she's a lot slighter. Dusty is a stocky section A. Georgia is a slighter section B, and I haven't ridden her for a long, long time. Probably not since COVID, to be honest, probably around about then. But she has been ridden, just not by me. So I'm hoping this year to try and break her to drive. She is broken to harness. I just need to get to the stage of dragging stuff and then putting her between the shafts and moving on from then. The same goes for Dusty. Dusty has been in the cart, but I also would like to re-break her to drive. I think she only went in the cart once. She was good as gold. And then we moved yards and haven't done it since. So yeah, I would love to do that with her as well. So for those two, that's definitely something I want to get going with again. Good series for the training videos as well. Yeah, they're both broken to harness. Dusty's been in the cart before. That's something I'd like to move forward for Georgia, because yeah, she is too small for me. She's a little bit too much for a small child. She's a good girl, but she can get a little bit silly and strong. Like a little gutsy kid would love her, and maybe someone will appear that would like to ride her and do more with her. Like, I'd be more than happy with that. But at the same time, I know how difficult it is to find that small person who is confident enough. So yeah, that's kind of the aim for her. And then Naz, I think I've done everybody then. Dusty, Beanie, Gabby, Sunny, Charlie, Triple, Georgia, Naz. Yeah, so Naz is the last on the list. So I did start doing a little bit more for last year. Not loads, again, just picking her up when I could, doing a little bit of lunging here and there, walking her in hand here and there. Again, nothing consistent, and I really, again, she needs that consistency. The bonus from last year, if you followed for a long time, you will know we were having issues with her with effectively hives, but just on one side. Really bizarre. Seasonal, pretty much there all the time. We don't think an external factor, like we're not thinking like nettles or flies or anything like that, because it is always just on one side. Vets were a little bit stumped with it, to be honest. But they were loads better last year. Still there a little bit, but not to the extent that it would hinder us. Whereas previously they've been kind of saddle area and girth area, and it's kind of weighed on me a little bit that, especially for a horse that has done very, very little riding, like literally a handful of rides, I don't want to be putting a saddle and a girth on her where she might be uncomfortable and then not enjoy herself and then cause me problems. So I'm hoping this year will be the same, that her, you know, whether she's grown out of it, whether it's hormonal, like I don't know, I'm not going to question it. If it's better, great, happy days. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do a bit more with her this year. Again, good series for the horse training or for the training videos with her, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get her going. It'll be really, really nice. And again, I've got someone that I can ride mine with, which will give her a bit of confidence. Yeah, so things are kind of falling into place. I just need to find the time to make it all happen, and the weather obviously not helping. The other thing, channel wise, just thinking, obviously again, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that in the end of September, I think it was, end of September, we completed a purchase on our land. So we now own our yard. We still rent part of it for extra grazing, but the 7 acres in the middle is ours, which is amazing. Obviously, leading up to that point, we have been doing little bits of work, like we had to have a water connection put in, we've put up new fencing, at some point soon we're having the roof done on the stables. There are lots of continuous projects. I don't want to say renovations because it's not quite that, but whether that becomes a series as well, if you'd like to see, you know, even just the point of view of how much things cost to do at your own place, whether, you know, you're doing it yourself, you hire someone else to have it to do it, how long things can take, things that we've done and maybe regretted and that we wish we'd done differently, like that side of it. Again, if you'd like to see that, let me know, and I can make a little, probably a bit of a shorter, very sporadic series of that, because, you know, you don't want to see a whole video of putting roofing sheets on. It's a bit boring. But yeah, I think that is all the updates done. If you have any questions, just let me know, and say ideas for the training videos, locations for the hacking, I think it was the Happy Hacking series I called it, for those would be great. And yeah, if you want to see any yard renovations type videos, let me know with that as well. If you have made it all the way to the end, well done, because this is a very boring chatty video, but I felt like I wanted to start with this video and then carry on as if nothing happened and get back into the flow of things, because I have been very lax on here and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere basically. I've just been really rubbish, so I'm hoping now I can move things along a bit. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully the next video will be out soon. I'm actually thinking of recording another one right now while I'm all set up, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I will see you in the next one. 18 minutes, Jesus, sorry.